Is it recording? Fuck, I can't like see the whole TV screen now.
I
think I'm gonna lower this.
Is the red button like recording? Is that what?
I think it is recording. I'm just gonna lower this so that way I don't have to keep worrying about it.
It's like that.
Good thing I don't get any viewers and they're not like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The one movie.
It's too low now.
No.
How do we feel about that? I feel like that looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
About a fist from my face. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm actually gonna spit out this gum.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah,
realized.
did you want any? Sorry.
I just put it in, but I realized it's gonna be like.
Yeah, you're good. You can chew it for a little and then
I'll like push away and then.
get rid of it. Damn, you can like barely even read the pod on the mic things.
Yeah, but these look sick in person.
Yeah, in person they look dope.
Like these look like someone paid for you to make. Like you paid someone to make them.
Yeah, right.
Did you paint? Yeah, you painted them.
Yeah, which at first I was like, how the fuck am I gonna paint just the letters? Like if I was to put tape on it to like block everything else out, I would have to cut it like super precise.
So you painted
But
the
then-
letters too, or no?
Yeah, but I just spray painted a bunch of like a 5-second hole on the spray paint onto a plate, like a plastic or a paper plate,
And you dipped
and
it.
then just dipped it like a stamp. Yeah, and it turned out.
So you bought the letters.
No, I 3D printed the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So what does it make it like? So
Here, I can pull up the.
like, what does it make it out of?
It
Like,
makes it out of this plastic stuff. It's called PLA. This. It's the one that's on there, the white, but you buy it and it looks like that.
so this is what it's made out of.
That's what it's made out of, yeah. Except white colored. And I got one recently. I actually haven't opened the box yet, but it's supposedly supposed to look like wood. So I'm curious to see how that.
I mean, I thought this looked like wood that you painted.
Yeah. No, yeah. This is like, well, it like has the same color and texture as wood, supposedly. But actually, this might take forever to load up with.
Yeah, you don't have to. Is that the 3D printing?
Yeah, it's like the little model of it. Now that
Yeah, there's so much of this stuff that I never got to learn because I chose like a totally different education path, and I mean sometimes I like what I chose, but it's like I love to just learn,
Yeah.
but it's like this is such a massive. I don't think maybe it's not massive, but
Wait, these mics working? Hello.
yeah, they are. I think so.
Wait, hello. Say something?
Yep.
Alright, that's your mic. This mic's not working.
Yeah, it's picking up mine.
This is plugged in, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Low budget setup. Difficult.
Gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame Scooby wouldn't come up.
Hello. Yeah, it is a shame Scooby wouldn't come up. I'm glad I noticed this now, though. There's been times before where. Hello. Now you say something? Wait. Sorry.
Yep. It's picking me up on
Alright,
one.
Cool. Hello.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let me just make sure the screen share one is doing it. Say something. I'm sure it's going to work.
Hello.
Hello. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, this stuff, like, I feel like it looks complicated. This doesn't because it's, like, a relatively basic thing. But certain things, like, it looks complicated, but it's really not at all. Like,
So you're just collecting. You're creating you're using shapes to create that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like,
in a
you make...
three-dimensional sense. Yeah, all three directions.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, basically you just make, like, that was the first one, a square. And then you make it a certain height. And the second sketch, that's, like, another square on the inside to, like, hollow it out. You know what I mean? And then I think this is it's the circle on top, and then like the circle and square on the bottom. But
Wow.
yeah, so then the text is just like you can just type it in and
It'll
basically
generate
just
it.
make a shape and give it a
Yeah.
length. You know what I mean? And then
So you didn't like dimension wise create that P. There's like a P object that you selected, like the letter P.
yeah. So I didn't create that
You
by like doing lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think, yeah, you can just go in.
like type a message.
Yeah, exactly. So right here I have Pat Pod, but I could
Yeah.
do like
I got you.
Dick or something, and it adds it to it.
That'd be funny.
Obviously that's too big now, but you get the gist. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's pretty neat stuff.
I wish I never got into this.
It's like my entire job.
Really?
Yeah.
You just work on designing like 3D objects?
Yeah,
Really?
exactly. It sounds cool, but it's not as cool as it sounds. It's objects like
Like basic stuff.
yeah,
like
yeah,
bolts.
like yeah, not even bolts. Like those almost everything is already designed. It's just like take it and it's currently at this point in space and move it up 2 inches or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like
Wait, so you're not creating new things, you're kind of fixing stuff that's already
yeah, it's more it's like clients will come to us and say, okay, we want a helicopter, but we want it to have X, Y, and Z features to it.
Yeah.
So then they say, okay, we can do that. And they take the model for the existing helicopter that they already have, or they've done a bunch. So they'll take whatever one's most similar and then
Yeah.
just make whatever little changes they
Adjustments.
need for each customer. Yeah.
On like the current model. They won't try to create an entirely new thing.
No, yeah. They just take the new stuff and modify it and essentially like make a new folder, a
yeah.
very complex or
Yeah.
big folder with like every little
It's
part
pretty
in it,
cool.
and they like resave it. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not uncool, I guess, but
But it's unglamorous. Like you're
yeah,
not-
it's not.
I know what you
Yeah, like when I thought about it, I was like, oh, like working on military helicopters, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah.
But it's like,
You're
oh,
like
that-
behind the scenes stuff.
yeah, exactly. They're like the one Germany ones I'm working on, they get like this big machine gun on it, but which when I found that out, I was like, oh, you'll be working on the machine gun. I'm like, oh, this is sick. But then like everything for it is already made, but
Yeah.
the mount that was made before is like there's a 2-inch gap between the mount, or like a 1/4-inch gap between the mount and the old frame. So now we need a 1/4-inch thick rectangle piece
I
of
gotcha.
metal. You know what I mean?
You're like doing all the adjustment stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I saw the other day, so did a Boeing satellite go down?
Did it? I don't know.
Let me
Move
put-
that a little closer.
Like my mic?
Yeah. And it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, I saw my friend posted on his story. There was a satellite that was, I guess, operated by Boeing, and it just fell. It just like fell out of space.
Jesus.
Um,
Should we look it up?
Yeah, I think it was Boeing. I think that's why I mentioned it.
Let's see.
Just look up satellite that like.
Yeah. Boeing's. I spelled satellite wrong.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there you go.
Explosion. Oh shit.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh god. Boeing made satellite explodes in space after experiencing an anomaly. Oh great. The U.S. Space Force is tracking debris in space after a satellite manufactured by Boeing exploded earlier this week, the satellite's operator said. The Intelsat 33E satellite, which was launched in 2016 and provides communications across Europe, Asia, Africa, experienced an anomaly on Saturday, said in a new release. Attempts were made to work with Boeing to repair the satellite, but on Monday, the U.S. Space Force confirmed that the satellite had exploded. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, it like cut off. Like I know it says right there. Like I like the other thing I saw like just was like the important communication like between like airlines stuff like that was just like non-existent.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Since the breakup, U.S. Space Force now tracking around 20 associated pieces of the satellite in space. No immediate threats and routine assessments to ensure safety are ongoing. Russia's space agency Roscosmos, that's kind of a cool name, said it had recorded more than 80 fragments of the destroyed satellite. Analysis of the piece's trajectory determined that the destruction of the satellite was instantaneous and high energy. Jesus.
I'm
That's not
blanking.
good.
Like, does anomaly is like a rare event, right?
Yeah, anomaly is just like a random, almost unexplainable
Yeah.
event.
Well, I know
Damn.
something to refer to stars, like a star event. I don't know if the word's similar. I don't know.
Star event?
Like a star, like a sun, like the sun's a star.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's called like if it's related to like stars and their high energy. I forget if there's I don't know why the term anomaly made me think of it. There is a term that refers to that
Yeah,
stuff.
there is. What is it?
So
Nebulous?
yeah, I don't know why I thought of anomaly.
Anomaly.
I know, yeah.
I don't
it's
know.
like,
Let's
no,
look
you have it
up.
right.
What is the definition? I know it's definitely used as like a random occurrence of an event, but there might be other meanings to it. You know what I mean? Something that
Astronomy.
deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected. Angular distance of a planet or satellite from its...
I don't know why I was thinking that, though.
Well, that makes sense. Angular distance of a planet or satellite from its perihelion or perigee. I guess that could be used for the sun.
Yeah. See, the
Interesting.
sun isn't a planet. It's a star. So I wonder...
Yeah, but maybe, like...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, general.
I'm guessing perihelion
So around
is
the
something
sun.
that gets orbited. Yeah, the point of orbit of a planet. So the sun is Earth's perihelion. Yeah. Interesting. Today, Mercury is at perihelion.
Wait, so the point in the orbit... So when it's closest to... Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Neato.
Sorry, that was a little tangent.
Ah, that's fine. We got time. I wish there was some better way to like... I guess there's no other way besides having someone else do it, but...
What? Have a
Like
producer?
navigate the... Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm a little far away from...
Yeah, like a radio show where they have like someone who makes the sound effects in the background.
Yeah. Or like Jamie and Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like he'll just pull stuff
Producer.
up and yeah.
I was listening to the radio yesterday. It was sports radio, but this guy was like, they were talking about the Eagles, and he was just like giving the most basic, you don't even have to watch football or know football to understand advice. Like he was saying, the Eagles just need to make sure they make the play on defense. And then he's like, they need to make sure the defense doesn't know what play they're running on offense. Like he was saying like stuff like
yeah.
that. Where like
A
anybody,
guy called in and was saying
yeah,
that.
and he was like, this is what all they need to do to fix it. And he went on for like 5 minutes. Like he was talking. It was an
Yeah.
old man, and he was talking for too long. And the producer put on the, you know, when someone's speaking too long at like the Oscars,
Yeah.
they put like the orchestra music
Yeah,
on to
yeah.
kind of let them know that their time's up. And they kept playing it. He just ignored it and kept talking.
That's hilarious.
The producer of the afternoon show for sports radio in Philly is just so funny. They just like will throws like people are just like being annoying, and then they have like a sound effect that's like ugh.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just so funny.
Like they make fun of the people a
Yeah.
little bit as they're calling in. That's funny.
and they don't know. I don't know if they don't hear it when they're calling.
Yeah. Do you
Um,
ever call in or no?
I've never called in. I don't know why. I could have talking like. I could have spoke about the Phillies. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
know more about. But I just have never been. My buddy at school, he would only call in on our walks home from the bar at like 12:30 because they have it's an
Do they
old
still go?
it's a 24
Wow.
hour show. Like when I drive to work at 5 a.m, they have a guy who's finishing up the overnight show.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they just talk sports the whole time.
it's like I guess it's only sports. I don't know if they get in other
Yeah.
stuff. But I know it's like mostly, Philly sports.
Yeah.
And my buddy would only call on his way home from the bar. And like, it's like he could be, drunk, blacked out, whatever. And like the moment he gets on the phone, it's like he's locked in,
Yeah.
can make a total normal conversation
Yeah.
and complain about like the Sixers or like something like that.
That
And
is
it's hilarious. But I've never called into a radio, no.
No.
Have
Neither
you?
have I. No.
Yeah.
I
It's
never really
nerve-wracking.
listened, or I haven't really, definitely not regularly listened to shows that like have people call in. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just starting to just because of like every day driving.
Yeah.
It's like a routine.
Do you ever listen to like podcasts in the car?
Oh yeah, like I mean, I've never been a Joe Rogan. I'm like a Joe Rogan virgin.
Really?
I've never listened to Joe Rogan. I don't know why.
Ever? Really?
Never. Like I've seen clips.
You know, Trump's coming on today.
Wait,
Yeah,
actually?
Trump is doing the interview today, Friday. I don't know when it airs though.
How do you get that?
I don't. I don't. I mean, I'm sure Donald Trump approached him because Joe Rogan said before that he's been approached by political candidates, but he doesn't want to do it because he just started the show like hanging out,
Yeah, and
smoking, getting drunk, talking shit with his friends. Like he doesn't want the responsibility of being like a. And he has the biggest platform, bigger than any mainstream media company. So,
and see, like if he lets, like for example, like depending on whatever his viewers' opinions are, like if he lets someone like Trump on, that might turn away, like where like he's kind of like probably stayed away from a lot of issues that could turn away people. That you know, like if he comes on, if people who don't like Trump, they see him on his show, they're like, oh, I don't want to listen to Joe Rogan anymore.
Maybe.
That's
it seems
cool,
like
though.
he doesn't care that much about the viewers, honestly. Like he
gets so many.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he says like I was never doing this for the viewers. Like the first 5 years or whatever, like barely had viewers. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's how it is most times. Just like that's why it's like you gotta really want to do something because there's gonna be times where everything's gonna be telling you that it's not working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know that guy Chris Williamson, the Modern Wisdom podcast. You would definitely know him if you saw him.
You look up a picture of him?
Yeah. Let's see. Oops. This guy, seen him on YouTube and stuff. He's got a really good podcast. It's very popular now. I think he has like 3 million subs. But he was saying like how there was times when he was like 6 years into it, and some of their episodes were getting like every now and then an episode would blow up, but then there would be videos that get like literally 0 views, and he was like, that always sucked. Like you put a bunch of effort into something, and then
especially when you're like producing a show.
Yeah, exactly. They were like actually trying to make it good. Yeah,
like I know you make like clips, but like, you know, like how much time are you like spending like?
Not much at all. Like there's definitely clips that would be good that I missed, and I don't want to go back and like edit it all up. Like with the auto clip generator thing, you get enough that are good. And if there is ones that I'm like, oh, that would have been a really good clip, then it tells you the timestamp, so I'll go back and like edit those. But that's rare because it does take
you have to be
fat minute to like cut it so that it switches the camera back and forth, especially if it's like a minute long clip.
Oh, do you do that? It doesn't automatically switch the camera?
It does, but if there's the AI thing fucks it up sometimes where like it'll get the first 20 seconds of what we're talking about, and I remember us talking about it, I'm like, oh, that was a good segment, but it only gives me a 20-second clip of it, then I need to go back and do it. But most of the time I just use the clips verbatim. I would say like 95% of the time. Yeah,
I mean there's people who like spend their careers to like be a producer of a show and just edit, edit software, edit like clips, all that stuff. And like that's why it would be funny to have someone that you knew like that could like hop on and just like mess around with what was being said. Or imagine if we had callers. That'd be so fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I mean that's something that you can if ever this gets big enough, then you just have like friends, like if you like do it once a week and be like, yo, just call it this time.
Yeah, exactly.
See where the conversation.
I feel like I should start doing it regularly, like Fridays at 7 or something.
Yeah.
But I really like I don't really have that many people here that can come on. Like you, Mark.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
I mean, Grady's gonna be moving back.
Grady will be back here. Yeah, that'll be good.
That's not.
And I gotta get people like when they are home. Like I know Nate Cho is coming home in November, so I'll try to get him. I'm trying to get Lamb Kerwin on because he like commented on one of the things. Yeah, me too. And then he like, I don't know how he found out about this, but he like came in and started commenting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like he on here.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Then I've been like texting him because he was saying like, oh yo, like it was him and Nathan Davis.
Oh my god, I forgot about it.
Yeah, right?
Dude, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But then I've been texting him. But he like goes to Bloomsburg like every weekend to visit his girlfriend. So it's kind of hard to
Liam?
get him. Yeah, yeah.
Is he still?
Ashley.
Yeah. She went to my elementary school.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
And high school too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was. Yeah. She's in my grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been seeing like videos or not video. Why did I say video? Pictures on media of like people getting pregnant.
Oh,
And
people
it's
we know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like people I went to school with. Just college alone. This girl like that graduated the year before me just like posted, didn't tell anybody she got married, and she just posted like a picture with like her and her husband, I guess her husband holding the hands, and you see the ring, and then also she has a belly.
Oh my God.
She's just releasing to
A
everybody.
girl from your grade
College.
at Happer Horse. Oh, college.
Yeah.
Go.
But she dated my roommate our senior year.
And it wasn't him.
It didn't end up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They broke up at the end.
Wow.
But like, and then like
That was like a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has a baby now. Like
That's crazy.
I texted him. I was like, "You good, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't care."
Wow.
He's like,
I wonder
"Yeah."
if she got engaged to that guy because of the baby.
Oh yeah,
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, maybe she does like him enough at the time, like right now. But have you known him long enough to really make that decision?
Yeah. No. I feel like you.
Because everybody in
This
the
is
first
my
year of the
opinion.
relationship would get engaged to their girlfriend or boyfriend
Yeah.
because everything's so good. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel like, in my opinion, and obviously this varies person to person, I feel like you should be with someone, or I feel like I would need to be with someone for at least like 3 years to know
if you're gonna marry
for
them.
sure, like 100%, this is the one.
So, I agree. I think it's circumstantial. Like, I think at a younger age, yes, you should
Yeah.
not jump the gun and just get engaged. That's money, and then it's also just like, you don't know. You're
Yeah.
young. But if you're like, let's say like late 20s, even 30, you both know that you're not like gonna have a sudden career change and move far away. Like you're in the
Yeah.
same, like you know, like things that are just sticking to what they are and it works. Then I think you can go into something like that
Yeah, without
without
3
3-4
yeah.
years. Like, but when you're in your young 20s, where things can just change like that, don't get married.
Yeah.
Like, unless you like, if you've been with someone since you were, I mean, like even like people have been dating since like middle school, which to me is crazy.
yeah,
like,
that is crazy.
like
Like, imagine if I was still with Emma Rosie.
I mean, you're like,
No, I'm just kidding.
no, I know.
I peaked in 8th grade.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like I don't know. So okay, random. I don't know how somehow like random things with them pop up on my media. Was it TikTok or no? It was Instagram Reels. Don't know how. Scrolling.
What pops up?
I guess it was like Richmond women's or
Oh,
the
yeah.
school she goes to.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
their
yeah.
women's
Richmond
soccer team
women's
or whatever.
soccer.
And it's like this girl at the mic, usually it's like, you ever see like, I don't know how much you're on media, but it's like, are you in a relationship? Yes, no. Do you want to be in a relationship? That type of question.
Yeah.
Well, this time they did like do you have Tinder downloaded? And like they went around everyone's team and like Emma was like, nope, I've never had it. And I was like, you good girl.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe it. If I saw that video and I didn't know Emma, I would be like, that
That's a
girl's
lie.
too hot to not
Yeah.
have Tinder. But
Yeah.
I believe
No,
it.
you're like, yep, that sounds right.
Yeah.
But it just like came up. I don't know. It's because I talk about her, maybe. But, like, maybe I'm a creep. I don't know.
No, I don't think you're a creep.
No, I think it's just like our phones are so smart that
It knows what you want to see.
like, and it's like if you, for example, like if someone posts something on their story and I click on their profile just to see
Yeah.
like, their profile, then it's like, okay, you interacted with that profile. So then something related to that person's
Yeah.
profile pops up. They're gonna share it with you on your random feed.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Because it's in
all
your
algorithm.
same circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking on LinkedIn today, which I almost never do, but I got like some message from like a random girl who went to University of South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, at first I was like, oh, this is like a bot or something. But then I'm glad I looked because she's interning at the company that I did my senior design project for. And she like asked me something about it. And I was like, oh, yeah. But anyway, I went on there and the suggestions on there, like, those are pretty crazy too. Like even something that's like professional social media, the links are like kind of crazy accurate. You know what I mean? Like I had one for like this kid I played hockey with, but we didn't go to the same high school, so it's not like I would have connected him through there. He didn't go to HH, so it's not like I would have connected through there.
Yeah.
Went to, I don't even know what college.
Maybe South Carolina.
I think, not South Carolina, though. Like some different college, you know what I mean? And I want to say it was like Westchester or Lehigh or something, like somewhere around here.
Yeah, like the local.
Yeah. But like, how does it know that I know him? It's just kind of crazy. Because I'm not really friends with
I mean, you don't have like a
HH
mutual
people
connection
on.
one?
It probably must have been some mutual connection, but it didn't say that. Like, a lot of times it says like mutual connection.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless I'm just tripping and I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, that's weird.
I get a lot
Just
of
possible.
like messages on LinkedIn that are just
Scam stuff.
yeah, like most of them are. So that's why I was like, I did get a random message from a baseball academy that I used to play for asking for like part-time coaches, but I didn't like think it was real.
Yeah.
Like I saw it, I was like, what? Like how do they know me on this profile? Like,
Yeah.
I don't connect with them on LinkedIn. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
I go on LinkedIn every once in a while just to see like random things, but like I saw this video where it was like what's it called? If we acted like LinkedIn in real life. And it was like this guy like put creamer in his coffee and he's like, I just want to let everybody know that I just added creamer to my coffee. And it is like, oh, congrats on this next step. And like it's every guy like sitting at the same table. Or like one guy was like, my marriage just ended, so I'm looking to start a new one.
Yeah.
And it was like so funny. I don't know.
I think I did see that video. Yeah.
I don't know, like I get it. It's like a professional social media, but everyone that goes on that app and talks that way knows that nobody talks that way.
Yeah.
So why do we
exactly.
all choose to talk that way? What if we all just like talked like we normally would?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like no one, even like the people that I know that are the most formal people, like people that are just like kind of like they always think they have to have this professional sense whenever they're out in public. They always have to act a certain way. Like my fraternity chapter advisor, like he's like that. He's on the national board now for TEAC. Like, anyway, like, even when I see him in person, he's so casual. Like, but like, so you're telling me that these people that talk this way on this app talk like, no, nobody does.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird.
I feel it is weird that there's like a whole nother like vernacular and like type of English that is used to signify that you're a professional. Well put together person. But at
like,
the
what if
same
we just
time,
stop that?
everyone knows it's fake. I feel like I try to, and I think it's like worked out. I try to like be professional in the sense that don't say, oh, fuck this. I was doing some shit with this. Don't curse. Don't obviously say anything like edgy like I normally would. But I try to not use different words or like structure my sentences differently.
Yeah.
Maybe that's bad, but
that's what
like
I
in
do.
interviews,
I structure
if you
differently.
talk more casually, I feel like it comes across. You connect better, even if you're saying the same exact things, but you're like, "Oh yeah, one time I was blah blah blah," as opposed to, "Yes, there was a situation where," you know what I mean?
I got in, so I had an interview last week. I got in there at that school.
Oh yeah, nice, fuck yeah,
Moravian.
Congrats.
And then I have, thank you. And then I have another one, Charleston, next week. That's where I'm playing.
yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
That's gonna be fun. You should meet up with Christian.
Yeah, I told him Halloween, like that Friday night. So I'm staying with a friend from college, and I'm going out with her and her friends, and I guess some of her guy friends. But I told him like, we'll be out in downtown. So I told him like we'd meet up.
Totally.
Yeah, so I'm excited. But that interview, like, we talked about Harry Potter.
Really?
Like, yes, she asked me a few questions, but like, walked in, saw she had like a couple of the books up, and I was like, "Oh, are you a Harry Potter fan?" And like, what house are you in? And we just started talking about like how we both have interacted with Harry Potter, what we like.
Yeah.
And that was our conversation. It wasn't like, yes, I present this to your school, what I'm capable of, like, you know, like, or yeah, this is how I handled this stressful situation. Or, you know, I talked to someone that was unlike me. Like, yes, there was questions similar to that, but like it was more like casual, just conversation. You just connect with someone. It's not about, I don't know, creating this perfect profile.
Yeah, employers and schools are just looking for. Now, obviously, there are exceptions to this, but they're just looking for someone who's smart or personable,
Not a robot.
relatively smart in the sense that they can articulate what they're
Yeah.
thinking. Not a robot, not very socially awkward, again, like I said, there's obviously extreme cases where, like, if you're going for a job at Amazon to be a coder, like,
They don't give a fuck.
yeah, they
Yeah.
want the best coders. But
Yeah.
the vast majority of the time, if you're not going for some super extremely high level
Tech-related.
position, then
Yeah.
you're going to be.
I mean,
you're
it's
gonna be fine.
emotional intelligence to be able to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
That is intelligence. Like,
Absolutely. And it's kind of like I don't know if double-edged sword is the right phrase for this, but the questions that interviewers typically ask set you up in a way that you need to talk unnaturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what is the time you cooperated with a group of people to overcome the challenge?
Yeah.
And then I guess I kind of misspoke earlier. I do structure my sentences somewhat differently. If you're doing like the STAR method, like
Yeah.
I'll organize it, but it's not like I'm like the situation was this. I'll just say like we were doing this. The task was I almost never use the
Yeah.
actual word task because then I feel like you sound like a bot. You know?
Yeah, it's like it's almost like you're generating words. You want to just like that's when you see something like task, it looks like you're generating words from like a previous word bank that you selected just for the interview.
Yeah.
Where it's like
Yeah.
I try to like as much as I just try to talk casually. Like yes, I got asked a question. What was it? Like describe a time when you had to like kind of talk or connect with someone that was not like you, like
Yeah.
you know, like being a white male playing sports. So like this question kind of targets this population of people because like yes, I'm expected or assumed to be someone who's never, especially because I'm straight, all that. Like, yeah, like I'm checking all the bad boxes.
Especially because I'm straight.
Well, it's not like I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's because I'm gay, so I've connected. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it's not like you have a clear like I'm
I-
this way and everyone's different than me.
yeah, like I didn't have an answer. I mean, like so I will say, as much as interviews, you should like. So I go into it with 8 stories that I know that I can connect to anything.
Yeah.
I just have a collection of 8 stories, and I'm not saying I twist the truth, but I can bend what the parameters of each story to
Yeah.
kind of fit the question.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, for example, just real quick, that question, my university had like an issue with a LGBTQ kid or whatever in the fraternity Greek life and harassment, and then I was part of like the IFC, which is like the in charge of
Interfraternal commission. Yeah.
and we started a DEI board.
Yeah.
And so that's all we did, and like we didn't really have much interaction with the person, but I kind of bended it to like we had to meet with the person, hear the situation. We decided it was best to go forward with this, and
Yeah.
now all the fraternities have a diversity inclusion board member. Like,
Yeah.
so yes, that's true, but like you know, you kind of have to like,
Yeah.
because like to be honest with you, like when do we all really interact with people we're not associated with? We really don't.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like a lot with interviews too. It's like the situation that they describe in the question is almost never exactly how it happens in real life, or it's not exactly how you think about it.
yeah,
in
you're
real
not
life.
thinking about, ooh, this person's different from me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Totally.
to some degree.
Like you could, you could always find like any example. Like we're different in some
Yeah.
ways. Like I guess not a bunch of ways, but
But, like, Okay, so
study
like I
different
don't
things
smoke
and-
weed. So
Yeah.
like that's a difference. But like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go up and like talk about
yeah,
like,
you're not gonna say
yeah,
I
my buddy
interacted
who
with
smokes weed and I don't.
yeah. Or me be like, yeah, I smoke a lot of weed, but a lot of my friends don't, and I interact with them a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
It's stuff like that. So like there are differences, but I know like to check off boxes
Yeah.
because for me, and like I mean I like if you make a clip of this, whatever, like being a white straight male, like with schools to get into schools, you're kind of at the most disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to accept so many white straight males because they know that's going to look bad if everyone's a white
Yeah.
straight male.
Yeah.
Like, so
Which
even,
is in a sense ironic that everyone claims like, well, I guess it's just because times shift,
yeah.
but everyone claims that white males
So
get handed a bunch of stuff, and then
I would say that
you're
era is
less
changing.
likely to. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of like that was my initial thought, and then I revised it as I
Yeah.
was thinking about it.
I
Yeah,
think-
we're at a disadvantage because people think we've been at an advantage. Maybe
So
we
like
have.
yes, like the steps to get to where I am today, I'm definitely more advantaged than someone who may not be a white straight male. But at this point, like with applying, it's like if I have the same profile as let's say as someone of a minority group or someone that's gay,
Yeah.
they're gonna get ahead of me.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
Because that's if you have all the same pros that's another pro for
Yeah.
them. So then that tips the scales. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And eventually,
Absolutely.
I think it's just, if you really try to make a point of just like specific, like some questions are like, do you belong, like you can answer this optionally, but do you connect or belong to this group, or like even race? Like, I think on applications that should not be a question, because it allows them to kind of create a demographic and choose to accept. Like, for example, if I'm the same as these two other people, they can choose to accept based off the
Yeah.
demographic. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Totally.
the more you point it out, in my opinion, the more it creates more like
Like you think about it more. Yeah.
segregated type things. Like,
Yeah.
if you're saying, okay, I'm gonna, like, we have too many, like, we want to make sure we have more people of the LGBTQ community in our class, then you're gonna select more of that. Then technically you're biasing against, like,
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's like, don't ask that question. It's almost like, look at the things you want to look for, and that's it.
it should be purely merit based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. And it's
I get it's about
I mean,
inclusion, and I get that.
Yeah.
But I think to a certain point, and maybe a decade from now, it's like, you're going to see, like, okay, you really showed favoritism in that sense, and now it's flipping again.
and it inevitably brings down the average capability or skill level of each of the overall group that you're trying to perfectly diversify. So let's use an extreme example. Say a hospital wanted 80% black or LGBTQ doctors and
Yeah.
20% white doctors. I'm not saying that black doctors are worse than white doctors. There's definitely a lot of black doctors who are better than a lot of white
Yeah.
doctors. But
You could be eliminating a great doctor just based off a demographic.
exactly. If there's this many white males that fit into your group of acceptable skill level people and this many black people,
Yeah.
LGBTQ people that fit into your acceptable
Yeah.
skill level, and it's 50-50, then the fact that you're only accepting 20 of them, 20% white people, means you have to accept 80% of the others, which means there's that lower part that is lower skilled than the average, but they get the position anyway.
And my problem is, like, why even, like, create this demographic that groups anyway? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It should be one general pool.
It should all be merit based. I feel like the real issue is that, like, there is truly, like, unequal opportunities. Like, certain people are born into situations where they have more opportunities than other.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that comes from, like, bad parenting over generations that leads to, and I'm sure there are other factors too, but, like, if someone's born in a situation, if there's a white rich male born into a situation where on paper he has a bunch of opportunities, but his parents are terrible and they neglect him and he's raised by the nanny and
or they divorce. And like, he doesn't have neither parent in his life. Like, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Which happens then. Like, he's not going to take advantage of those opportunities. I feel like, even though, yes, I guess there is difference in opportunity levels, it's like some people just don't take advantage of opportunities because their parents put them in a situation where, and it might not be their parents' fault. If the person we just described has a kid,
it's
exactly.
A cycle.
Yeah, it's cycle.
It's an endless cycle. And that's the unfortunate part. So I get why trying to make opportunities to go out of your way to, get first generation students that may have not had previous students that, or parents that went through this process.
Yeah.
But it really is a cycle because, like, for example, someone we know, they had gotten married like 2 years ago, just had a kid like within the last year, and they had a horrible divorce where, like,
someone we both know?
No.
Oh.
Someone, like, from my family knows. And, like, the custody of the child is completely no longer with the dad. It's only with the mom.
Damn.
The situation, she kind of framed him as, like, very, very bad.
Yeah.
And, like, to an extent, nobody knows the truth except the two that were there, the mom and the dad. But now that kid who's 1 year old is never going to really have her dad in her life. And that's going to impact her.
Yeah.
And then if she goes and meets someone that has a kid, she's always going to be impacted, and that's going to be put on her child, like, from not ever having, like, so it's like just an endless cycle.
Totally.
It's kind of like, so yeah, it is fortunate, like, even if parents are divorced, like, per se, like, your parents got divorced, but you still had both of them in your life.
Yeah. And it was later on. I was 16.
Yeah, you went through
by
most of
then.
your childhood, like
Yeah.
growing up, but still, I mean, it's not that it's, but you
It's not
still
nothing.
had,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
you still had both parents that were consistently in your life.
Yeah.
You didn't like have to fight over custody. Like,
Yeah. That's, I feel like,
that's the worst.
so fucked up when, especially like you hear stories of when kids need to go into court to like
That happened to my
testify
neighbor.
against one parent or another. Really? It happened to your neighbors got divorced and the
So-
kid had to, or
so the
your
kid
neighbor
was
is
like
the kid
8
who
years old.
testified? Oh damn.
And he had to go to court with them, and like, you know, they kind of fought over the child, and like eventually they kind of split it 50-50, but he went through like hell to get there, just going there every day, like every week, and like, and he lived totally two different lifestyles. I'm not saying we live a bad lifestyle in my area, but he lived, one week he was in my neighborhood, and then one week he was with his mom, who became lesbian, and he had got a second mom, and they were filthy rich. Like,
Really?
so he lived two different lifestyles, and they very different people, so different lifestyles, parenting too.
Yeah.
So he lived two different that way, and I think he was always just kind of like scarred from having to go to court as an 8-year-old.
Yeah. No, that's fucked up. That's like shit you shouldn't be exposed to. When you're 8, you should be fucking
Playing
going to
video-
school and
Yeah.
making noodle
Yeah,
art and fucking
I remember like cutting the hot dogs up to make not at 8 years old, but I just remember like a young thing. Like, I used to get so excited about the hot dogs. If you like cut strands into them, it would look like an octopus.
yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that. But like shit like that, you shouldn't be thinking about anything deeper than, okay, I have a game later today. I can't wait to play my sport, or
Yeah.
I can't wait to like run around at gym class.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a coworker who has kids. One's not a boy is 9-year-old and a girl who's 12 years old. And he's a super nice guy. We talk about his kids like a good bit, but he was talking about how his daughter, when she was in 2nd grade, there was a kid in her class who died of brain cancer, and then
it's horrible.
another kid who I think they were like family friends with, the mom died of cancer, and then COVID happened like right after, where like if you just go out into the world you could die.
Mhm.
And he said that like really fucked with her psyche. Like she got
She's
a lot of
afraid.
anxiety about like, oh my god, are you guys gonna die? Like,
Damn.
kid in my class died, another kid's parents died, like what happened, what's gonna happen to you guys? And supposedly she would like obsess over where the parents are gonna be. Like she would like make them give them her phone so she could see the calendar of like where they're gonna be at what times
Wow.
throughout the day, and they limit it so that she can only ask them 5 questions the night before about what they're gonna do the
Wow.
next day. Yeah, more
See-
so the mom than the dad, it seems like, but
Yeah.
still.
That's scary. I mean, like,
It's- yeah.
I understand. Like, when you're that young, your brain's so, like, malleable.
Yeah,
Meaning that
and
it
you
can
don't
be-
know how to handle shit. Yeah,
And, like, for her, she sees death from people going out in public, and then you see COVID happen at a young age. Like, you're going to assume that the world's very, very unsafe, which it is. But, like, if you live that way, you're just going to live a hellish life.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going
Yeah.
to be...
Totally.
You kind of have to learn to just... There is some sort of chance in life that you have to leave it up to chance. Not that
Yeah.
you can't. But, yeah, that's awful. I mean... I can't imagine at that young age experiencing all that.
oh yeah, that would be terrible.
I had a
And I guess it's go.
Sorry, no, I had a story that was similar, and I was gonna say, but I forgot it already.
Hmm.
You can keep talking
Yeah,
about what
I was
you.
just gonna say, and the other kid, maybe it'll come to you.
Yeah.
His other kid, who's 9, he said recently they also had a kid in his class die. We were talking about how like individuals are so different, and the son, he like didn't internalize it at all like that. Like, are you guys gonna die? He was like, oh man, like that sucks. Or no, it wasn't a kid. It was a kid. One of his like best friends, Leo, the dad died, and he didn't like internalize it, thinking his parents were gonna die. But he was like, that is really sad for Leo. Like, I'm gonna make him like a shoebox with like Pokemon cards and other shit Leo likes. So
That's nice.
yeah, it is. We were also talking about that, like how it's weird. I don't know this because I'm not a parent, but you're saying like we were talking about how. So there's 2 coworkers. The guy that sits to my right, he's the one with the 9 and 11-year-old, and the guy to my left has a 1-year-old, and the 1-year-old like took their first steps the other night. So we
That's
were
cool.
like talking about that, and I was saying it must be weird as a parent to, at first you just have this like bundle of cells that can't do anything except breathe and eat and shit.
Yeah.
That's all it can do. And then
Essentially.
eventually it grows up into something that you can actually talk to and engage with.
Yeah.
And that's when they got it right with the 9-year-old said, what's really weird is when you have a kid and they grow up and now you can talk to them and then you see them becoming a good person. Like, and then he told the story of how he made the box for his friend who died with all the stuff that the friend liked.
That's got to be like some of the most like wholesome feeling, like knowing that like you created that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
So the story I remembered isn't has to do with the school. I think that's how I connected with it, but it's not the same.
That's
so
fine. Yeah.
It's I don't want to be like, but okay. It's kind of like bad, but this kid at Happer Horsham, so the wrestling coach, sorry, he got fired because this girl that's like I think 17.
Oh God.
Wanted to get back at her boyfriend on the wrestling team. Something happened between this girl and I know this because my mom's like best friends with a teacher who taught at Happer Horsham for like 45 years. She retired, but
do you know when this story took place?
like past month.
Oh, okay.
And she knows like all the gossip.
Yeah.
She knows the ins and outs of the school. And my mom also worked in the district, but the wrestling coach, she must have started like somehow got the coach's number from the boyfriend and like started flirting. Eventually they like hung out and the coach fucked her. Yeah. And it was all to like get back at the boyfriend. And it finally like came out and that it happened. And yeah, the coach got like fired and I think he's going like I mean, yeah, it's underage.
He had sex with a
but
17-year-old.
what's crazy, like my mom was saying, is the girl like the 17-year-old, the mom knew about it. Like she was fine with it.
Really?
It was consensual.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The coach is like not like a 50-year-old, but he's still like I think he was like mid-30s.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. That is fucking
it's crazy. And the part I was like, yeah, the mom knew about it. Like it was consensual.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, well, the girl was okay with it obviously because she was doing it, but like when the mom was like, yeah, I kind of knew something was happening.
Wow.
Didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's nuts. And I bet that girl has that thought process like, oh, I'm mad at my boyfriend. I'm going to fuck his wrestling coach. I bet her mom's a little fucked up if she was like, I'm cool with my 17-year-old daughter fucking the mid-30s.
Yeah, he might have been even older.
Teacher.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I bet the fucked up, the mom clearly has a fucked up thought pattern. So I bet that gets
it's
transferred
crazy.
to the kid either through genetics or just nature and nurture.
Yeah.
You know, both, the combination.
Now that we're like older, it's like when you're younger, you hear those things. You're like, wow, that's very uncommon, or like that'll never happen to someone I know. But then like once you're older and you know like kind of things that older people think about or whatever, like it's like damn, like this shit's like it makes sense why some people like act like that, or like it is kind of common to see that because like you're an adult now and you kind of like see and hear of things that like you can like you're in a similar part of your life as I don't know, you know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, you're thinking, oh, I'm invincible to ever seeing something like that, and now you're like, oh, like I guess it is kind of common. We just like never noticed it as kids.
Yeah, and like when you're a kid, you know that there are people, especially like with the whole opioid crisis, how people would say like, oh, like could be anyone. It's not just like crazy people on the street that are hooked on drugs. And there'd be like normal people who overdose. Like you knew that would happen as a kid, and I don't know a lot of people that's happened to, but you hear stories of like people we know whose siblings it happened to, and you're like, damn, like came from a good normal family with good parents, and
sometimes it's like out of the control of the parents too. Like,
definitely, yeah, for sure.
Because like technically people like overdose on like Advil.
Yeah.
Because they just want like that pain relief or something, and they think, oh, I'll get a high from this, and they probably do. I don't know, but that's like people don't realize like when we say opioids, we think like, oh, like cocaine, like things like heroin, but you can overdose on anything that's in your medicine closet.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You can overdose on water. Like,
yeah. Literally, like, as we saw,
overdose is a word.
Was that Penn State? There was a fraternity that had they would make the pledges chug a bunch of water, and the kid drank so much water that
I think
he got like there's a name for it. Like it's not water poisoning, but it's your body is like flooded with water.
You're drowning. Yeah, essentially.
I'm gonna go fill this real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Also, I think we should send out this link to people. We haven't done that.
We should, yeah.
I'll bring my phone and send some text. I'm gonna fill this in the P real quick.
Dude, some people I know just spend ridiculous money to go to like this buddy I know, like he went to. So I don't know how familiar you are with like baseball playoffs, but he's a Yankees fan, and he went to Game 1 of the championship series, which was probably like a $500 to $700 ticket, and now he's going to Game 1 of the World Series tonight.
Oh my god.
And I saw that like beginning ticket prices were like, no, he's not going to Game 1. He's going to the first home game. The Yankees aren't the home team, but their first home game, and the tickets are starting at like, I think $1,000, like something like that.
Oh my
It's
god.
insane. Yeah.
That is fucking insane.
And like even if you make money, it's like okay, if you make ridiculous money, go ahead. But to me, it's like that's hard to fathom even doing.
Or you're an adult and you've been saving money for
Yeah, and he's like
years.
25. Like,
Yeah.
he hasn't been saving that long.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't have that much money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I'm just answering a text. From
Nah,
my
you're good.
parents.
Yeah, let me send out this link. I feel bad because I go on Snapchat to send out links because I've got like group chats on there, but I have my
Yeah.
Snapchat notifications off, and there's
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff that like I haven't reacted to in the group chat, and I feel bad. What is this? Sorry,
I
was
sent a
just
snap to Grady with the Pat Pod thing, and he was like, "Yo," and so maybe he sent.
Oh, you sent it to Grady?
I don't have the link.
Oh. Go on
Just YouTube,
YouTube and look up.
Pat Pod, or I can text it to you real quick.
or he can like just hop on it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you texted him and said you're doing it.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. I'll send you it anyway, just because I already had it pasted. I'm just gonna send it to my friends from school. Pat Pod Live, if you all want to chime in. Alrighty, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I've gotten some all my subscribers before were people I knew. Got some who I don't know.
Oh, those are people you don't know.
So I know Grant Reagan. Oh wait, yeah, Elijah Balkenherm, Joey Murphy. I don't know.
These are random
Randy
people.
Shelton. Yeah,
I wonder, like,
Shane McNugget. I don't know that.
no way, that's his last name. It's probably like a fake.
Oh yeah, probably.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I swore I subscribed. Wait, what?
You might have, and it just doesn't show on here.
Okay.
Also, this mouse is really weird, and it doesn't like scroll smoothly. Like it'll go slow and then jump down. So we might have passed it, and it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's crazy. You're getting people you don't know. I wonder, like, what type of people they are. Like,
yeah, totally. There was
like,
someone-
If they're older or younger, like.
Yeah,
I want to
true.
double check that I'm subscribed. I swore I
go
did.
for it. But yeah, there's only been one stranger or someone I don't know's comment on the videos, and it was like, I think we were talking about it. It was a clip from you and me where we were talking about like, what do dogs think when their owners are gone for the day?
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
and
we
someone
did.
commented
If they
like, "This is
dream.
crazy" or something like that.
That's funny. I guess
Yeah.
I wasn't on this account.
Nah, you're good.
my
I mean,
phone account. I swore
That's fine.
Well, I'm kind of lame for.
I'm not pressed about it. I got a ton of subs.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah,
now
you don't-
29.
It might show. Soon.
Yeah, that would be cool if it updates.
Yeah. But yeah, I was wondering why I don't get like. I was starting to wonder like I don't get our reels, and I thought to myself like I'm subscribed. Why am I not getting
Yeah.
these reels? But now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Uh-oh. Bro, have I not been recording this whole time? Or was that the unknown?
No, it is recording because I.
Well,
when
it's
I
not
just-
now. It says start recording.
But
But it was in the beginning, I know. Maybe that was the error.
yeah, because I remember
Unknown error. Oh, I know what the error is. I probably am out of space because there's a bunch of. This isn't going to end the live stream, will it? I'm nervous to do that because it might end. But there's a recording thing and it's like filled with hours of stuff. But I can. It'll be fine because I can.
Well, I went on YouTube and saw that it was.
We're definitely still streaming.
Yeah.
But so there's the stream, which I know is still live because here it
But
says
then it
end
doesn't
stream.
record.
But yeah, if you record it, then you can go to recordings and then I can just download the whole video from there. But it'll be fine because I can go onto YouTube and just download the entire live stream and then do it that way. But I got to delete stuff from my computer. I have like a big ass folder with all my shit from college
I just went through all mine.
and deleted it. Yeah, part of me just thinks I should delete it, but it also feels like a waste. Like I could send it to kids in my fraternity
I didn't
now,
delete.
and they would
Yeah.
totally. That
Go
would be
crazy.
so nice for the kids now to just
Make
have
them pay you.
Yeah, I could.
Like
yeah.
a little fee, like even if it's not much, like $20.
The thing is though is I don't know how to fucking send it because it's like
It's a
it's
big
so
folder.
fucking big.
You
It's
have
got
to, like,
4
you have to
years.
send it
of-
as a zip, which is like.
Well, I tried that and even the zip is too big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Right.
So
Or it
I
doesn't
don't.
let me zip the folder because there's too much in
Really?
it. Yeah. I mean, we can try now and see.
I didn't delete any of my. So I thought you were saying like you organized it. I didn't delete any of my like school stuff because there's always a part of me that's like, what if I need? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But I organized it. Like I made my desktop look like clean again.
I can't fucking quick actions. No, that's custom. Is there one that says compress? Oh yeah, compress. Let's see. Yeah, operation can't be done. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, I gotta figure. I should just put it all on a flash drive and mail it down there or something.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if I want to just hit delete, because I can't even save like little random shit. Like I'm at like 499.99 gigabytes out of 500 on my computer, so I want to get rid of it. But
Wait,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I
So
said.
that's a you can't save anything now. From
yeah,
This point on?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Oh damn.
nothing of significant size. Yeah,
You'll have to go through them and
yeah,
delete some
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like I won't be able to download this YouTube video without deleting. Maybe
Or
I'll
can
just
you
go
buy
in
a
and delete.
storage?
Yeah, I guess I could get an external storage thing.
And
They're
just start
probably not
saving-
too expensive.
No, and you could start saving all the Pat Pod episodes on the USB.
Yeah, yeah,
You could take the Pat Pod with you everywhere.
yeah, yeah. Pat Pod on the go.
They're like, oh, tell us something interesting about yourself. Okay, let me plug this in for you.
Yeah, you got a USB-C?
Here's everything you need to know
Yeah.
about me and all the people I
Here's 50 hours of
know. Yeah.
footage.
Of content, of raw content, no filter.
Yeah, no filtered, smoking, drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy, crazy. Yeah, no, I think this will be a good thing to like have to look back on. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
like when I'm 50 to be able to look
like,
back
oh, I
and see a
forgot.
2-hour hangout with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's I actually had like a similar conversation with we had just had homecoming this past weekend and I was on the phone with my buddy last night just like checking up like how the week's gone and he was like, you know, like I hope in like 20-25 years we all have kids and like we're all like still interacting with each other and like you know how like you'd ask your parents like, oh, like like how were you guys like back in college? Like for example, my mom always be like, oh, you know, we had fun, that type of thing, like. And then her friends would like laugh and like
Tell the stories.
yeah. No, but they really wouldn't tell the story. You could tell they were like kind of like oh, we can't say like that type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And like we're like talking about like oh, in 20 years like we can't wait for like a kid like oh, what was it like? We just look at each other and just like laugh, and,
Yeah.
like, smirk and like he's someone like so specifically this guy he like loves to be like not loves but he always ends up being like the attention of a room because he's very loud spoken and like. And he's like, I can't wait till I have a kid, and like they don't want to go out to dinner with me because I'm still gonna be the same guy that's like way out of pocket, wants to be outspoken.
Yeah.
He does an insane Trump impersonation.
Really?
Like,
It's
I
good.
mean, insane. Like mannerisms, everything. Like for Halloween, he's gonna be Trump. And,
Nice.
Hand out candy to kids, and he's like, I'm not worried about my neighborhood, but I really hope there's not someone who comes from another neighborhood and like is like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, forcing
Yeah.
that on the kids. Like takes a picture and like. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I
we
mean,
were just-
it's fine.
But who cares? Like,
yeah. He was a president of the United
people
States.
shouldn't take it
Yeah.
personal. Like,
Yeah. People
um,
dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer. And
Yeah.
that's fine.
That's
but
crazy.
a former president is
Yeah.
not fine.
I remember that. Though. I think it was last year. That was
Yeah,
a
a year or
thing.
two ago. Yeah.
I remember my buddy who looked kind of like him. He dressed up, and people were like, "Whoa, that's like weird."
Yeah. You're like, yeah, is it him?
Yeah.
Is it the real Dahmer?
But yeah, we were just kind of reminiscing on like 20 years from now we're gonna like look at these things that we think are just like casual at the moment. And you're like, wow, like time flies, or like, oh, this will be fun to look back on.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Even stuff from like junior and senior year of high school. I'm like,
I still look back.
yeah, I still look back too, and I'm like, holy shit, that was fucking six, almost 7 years ago.
Yeah, I had my 5-year high school reunion this past June.
Really? Did you
5
go?
years. No, sorry.
Oh, you just mean
like
it was
5
the
years since I
anniversary.
graduated,
Yeah,
which is insane.
yeah,
My sister just had her decade of graduating college, and she was just like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah,
I felt like I just graduated. Like,
Yeah.
like 2-3 years ago.
totally. It's gonna be like that for us.
And
too.
that's like, she was like, "Now I feel old.
yeah. Now I feel like
I'm like
real
a
adult.
decade separated from college, like graduating college.
Yeah.
Like, so that's 14 years since she went to college.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah. It's a whole different world. Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's
At work, even like, I mean, there's like 2 other people that started right around the same time I did, and they're both young. One's fresh out of college. One had a job for a year and
Yeah.
works there. But outside of those 2, the next youngest guy is like 28, and he's really cool. He's like one of the people I'm closest with there. But he was talking about like how he got Snapchat like his senior year of high school. Like that's when it became big.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Like not even like he was a late person to get it. Like that
Yeah.
is just when it came out. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember when I got it.
Sometime
Because-
in middle school. I know we had it in middle
Yeah,
school.
we had it in middle school because I remember like I didn't have an iPhone. I had an iPod though. And I
Yeah.
was like, I had a nice iPod, so I was able to like use it on
Yeah,
there
yeah.
because I was so mad that I didn't have an iPhone in the beginning, but a lot of people didn't. But
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people were
yeah,
rocking the
I had
iPod
like
touches.
I had like the slide phone that you
Yeah,
could text.
yep.
I liked that, but
Oh my god, I forgot about
the
that.
iPod, like I was so happy to get it so I could play like Clash of Clans, have Snapchat, and I remember sending a snap. I don't know why this is like a vivid memory. I remember sending a snap like telling somebody that I like hugged. I dated Gabby Katz for 2 days.
Oh, nice.
In middle school, and I remember I sent a snap in like I think it was 6th grade or 7th grade. I sent a snap to like I forget who it was.
One of your
but
friends,
I was
yeah.
like, "Yo, we hugged," and I just like, have a vivid memory of sending that. 'cause
Yeah.
I was like so hyped. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, we hugged in the hallway before we got on the buses.
Yeah.
Like, that was like the sickest thing ever.
Dude, yeah. And you like walked out to the bus and you were like feeling so great. You're like, oh my
Dude,
god.
I felt on top
it
of the
just
world.
happened. Yeah.
And then you're like, and then I remember
Yeah, just
8th
contact with a
Yeah.
female was like a huge
She
win.
said hi to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm still like that. But like I remember in 8th grade, a kid like gave a girl a kiss on the way out, and that was like it was almost if they had like sex. Like,
Yeah.
in the hallway. He was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, what did he do?"
Yeah,
like,
did they
that-
just kiss?
Yeah. I mean, I think yeah, it was 8th grade summer, the end of 8th grade that I guess my first kiss, but like. I just remember someone did it in school, and we were like, "What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
this guy's an outlaw. Like,
Yeah.
that's not cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's unprofessional. But you're so cool."
I remember. Do you remember Miss Strews from middle school?
I do.
She was my like. What was the thing you would have on Fridays at the end of the day for like a half hour? KV
Fuck,
Cares or
you're right.
something.
No.
What was that called?
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but she
It was every Friday. though.
Yeah, it was every Friday, and she was my teacher for that. And
Yeah, you had to go to like a different classroom.
Yeah, and it was with like
all
people
grades.
from all grades. Yeah, I can't remember what that was called.
I remember I
But-
loved my group because I had like hot 8th graders.
Oh yeah, that is good.
Oh, Libby Gibbons was in mine.
Nice. That's
So
a
that's
really
what I
good
remembered,
one.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But I remember in there, Miss Drews was like saying, so this is when I was dating Lindsay Rich. She was like, yeah, you were, and Lindsay had Miss Drews as an actual teacher. I did.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh yeah, like you and your girlfriend Lindsay. And I was like, what? Like, no, we're not
Don't say
dating.
that.
And she was like, yes, you are. Don't lie. I'm like, what makes you think that? And she's like, I always see you guys hugging outside your lockers. And I'm like, fuck, she knows.
That was like the only
But it was
time-
like such a big deal at
Yeah.
the time. Like, the teacher
and the
saw us
teachers
hugging.
know it.
Oh, the teachers know.
They
for
know it's
sure.
like that's like the big moment. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, if we went to middle school today, it's probably like they're already having sex. Like,
Yeah, crazy.
The shit out
Sticking
today. is-
tampons of vodka up their butts to get drunk during the day.
Like the stuff today is like it's insane the progression of how quickly kids get older today.
yeah,
Like even the language, like our neighbor like has like kids that are in like that middle school, early high school stage, and they're saying stuff that I didn't even start saying until I was like almost done high school.
really. Like what kind of shit?
like throwing like "fuck you" around.
Oh yeah,
like heavily like casual like telling his sister who's a grade below him like stop acting like a slut.
oh my god.
She's in like 8th grade.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the brother I went so like legally I don't want to punch him. But
If he was your age, you would.
like if
Or
he
if
was
you were
over
his
18,
age.
I'd punch him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like he treats his sisters like I mean it's actually disturbing. Like he doesn't physically harm them, but like emotionally like
Damn.
the stuff like I think she probably was on her period or whatever. She had her first period, and like I don't know that, but I overheard some things because we're
Yeah.
like near them, and he was like kind of like, oh, that stuff's all fake anyway. Stop acting like a pussy.
Damn.
Like, and he's in like 9th grade.
Did his parents like yell at him, or they were?
No, his dad's a terrible person.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's something that
Yeah.
rubs off from a parent, like we were
Yeah.
talking.
Well, I'm
about
sure he does
before.
inside, but the dad's a terrible person,
Yeah.
and like, I just like hear. I'm like, I can't say anything because then I'll get in trouble.
Oh yeah, it's
But,
not,
like-
and it's not your place to.
Yeah, it's not. But like, if he like, but like, so my mom also, like I said, was a teacher for a little bit, and she found out that that kid is getting beating up a lot. He's
Oh,
getting beat up
really?
a lot because he thinks he can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, and then kids fucking.
But
up.
I was like, and I said to her, I was like, that's what need to like. He's gonna reach a point where he like right now he's fine, probably saying this stuff, and then gets a little touched. Like that sound bad. Gets punched. Gets punched, but like it's gonna come to a point where he says something bad and the wrong guy, and it
Yeah.
pisses off the wrong
Oh
guy.
yeah.
And he's gonna pay the price for it. And I think that's like, it sucks, but like someone like that needs that to happen
Yeah,
to them
he-
because
yeah.
it's disturbing, and it's like, oh my god.
Hopefully he learns from it. Like, oh, I keep saying this shit, and people.
I can't treat people like that.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like there definitely is people who, like, they're assholes to people, and then they get beat up, and they're like, "Oh, that guy's a fucking dick," And
Yeah.
like, it's not me, it's him. He's an asshole. Yeah.
Well, it's so like I'm watching. It's funny right now. I'm watching a show. It's like called Shrinking. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
Did you ever see How I Met Your Mother? You know that show?
I've heard of it, and I've seen
So the
clips,
one
but I
actor
never
is like the
watched.
main actor,
Okay.
but it's on Apple TV. It's a really good show, but it's about 3 therapists. Like so,
Okay.
people call
Yeah.
it Shrink.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it follows like 3 therapists and their patients, and like I know some of the terms because I've just kind of followed it. It's actually like a comedy, but also a drama.
Yeah.
It's not just like them listening in on their
Yeah.
patients.
Yeah.
But they call it like the consequence theory. Like if you don't give a bad behavior a consequence, it doesn't stop. So like you keep talking down to other people, you keep talking however you want without being challenged, you're just going to continue. doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Because to the
Nothing
brain,
bad.
which is a learning machine, it doesn't.
Nothing bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. If there's no stimulus to change that
Yeah.
behavior. Yeah.
But this kid still seems to not care. So.
Yeah.
I said to my mom, it's like one day he might even say it and he might get killed just because
Yeah.
he
Oh,
says it to the
yeah.
wrong person.
There's kids I knew in college who would like say stupid asshole things that'll get them beat up and
Drunk at a bar.
Yeah, drunk at a bar, and it's like that they're gonna say something to the wrong person at some point in time, and it's gonna
hit
be
them.
bad. There was a kid I knew who he definitely wasn't an asshole, but when he was drunk, he would just like say stupid
loose,
shit.
yeah.
And there was one night we were all like back at our apartment building where there was like 4 or 5 of us who lived there.
Yeah.
And then he lived at a different like complex or whatever. So, and this was like 2 a.m. He got an Uber, walked downstairs to leave. Like it was no big deal. And people jumped him, but I think maybe he said something to provoke it because like his stuff wasn't missing, like his stuff wasn't taken, you know what I mean?
Hit him.
Yeah, and he broke his jaw like bad, and he had his mouth wired shut.
Damn. That's
but I
terrible.
think maybe he just said something crazy.
I kind of have a buddy that happened that too. He like again just likes to kind of be outspoken when he's drunk. And
Yeah.
And he like got into like a little altercation talking to like a kid on the football team, and apparently he ripped his chain off because the football kid said something about like this kid's like sister had just passed away from cancer.
Oh Jesus.
And like I don't know if the kid said something, and then my buddy ripped the guy's chain off and whatever. Nothing happened at the bar, but later that night he's back at his apartment, and 12 football dudes show up at his apartment.
And beat him up.
Yeah, just walked in and beat him up, and the one kid's in jail. The kid who led it.
Did they really hurt him? I would
Oh
imagine.
yeah, he was in the hospital.
Damn.
Yeah, it was actually really bad, and like he like had a huge legal case. 3 of the kids got banned from the school. Yeah, it was like a huge deal, but it's like he learned his lesson. It's like you kind of just have to like you can't be that freely spoken in public like about certain things.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to like self-censor yourself all the time and not say what you're thinking. But yeah, there's a time and a place for everything, especially asshole things. Like everyone has assholey thoughts at times, you know what I mean? But if you don't act on them, then you're not an asshole, and that's what's like. And I don't feel like I have that many assholey thoughts, but like if there's a bouncer who's being a dick, I'm like, fuck this guy. He's being such a dick. Which isn't even, I guess, like an assholey thought. But if I said it, that would be an assholey thing to say. And if you do that enough times, something bad's going to happen. So you just got to, like, have the wherewithal to know, is this worth saying right now?
Yeah. There's plenty of people who probably get the, like, oh, fuck this dude. I hate him, so I'm going to provoke him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that thought process, like, oh, I don't like him and I'm drunk, so I don't care, so I'm going to provoke him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what my buddy did. He provoked him, and it kind of led. Yes, he did. Worse things happened to him, but I know, knowing him, I know he probably provoked him.
Said some fucked
just
up
like
shit.
how you said, like, your friend said he got jumped, but, like, he probably provoked him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's crazy. The world's filled
I've
with
never
assholes.
been like that.
No, me neither. I definitely err on the side of not saying anything.
Like, I'd rather not have conflict. Like,
I agree.
There's a lot of times where I do bite my tongue. I'm just like, all right, I want to not say something, but like, I know if I act a certain way or if I say something, it could lead to something, and I'm just like, I kind of think of it as like, not to be like selfish in this way, but like, I tend to think, okay, I'm the bigger person if I just let them think they're
exactly. And sometimes even for people, like, I don't feel like either of us have big egos, but there's always
they have
times
to be the biggest
where
person.
they have to be the biggest person, and like there's times where someone will say something and it makes you look weak for just being like, whatever, and ignoring it or whatever. But then, and a lot of people are like, I'm not looking weak, I'm standing my ground.
Yeah.
Which at times it's definitely the right move to stand your ground.
Yeah.
But majority of the time, I would say it's better swallow your pride, walk away, and you're not going to get hurt.
I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm sure people have thought, wow, like, you know, like Drew's a pussy for not like like saying this like back to kind of like get back at them. And it's just like, you know, I just like I look like a pussy to them, but I don't care what I look like to them. Like,
Exactly. That's
like,
the whole
my
thing.
pride is not like there's like you said, there's some people where their pride truly comes from those interactions, and that's like their like. It's like that animal like behavior. I mean, like, we are animals, so you got to think of it as like when a male challenges a male, like in like wildlife for a female, like most times like it gets aggressive. Like, I'm not saying we do that, but
we do, yeah.
In a way we do that.
Definitely.
Yeah. We don't go and try to kill each other for the girl, but like
sometimes.
yeah, literally. But there are situations where it's like, okay, I want to seem like the more stronger, like capable dude, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna act this way.
Definitely, especially around girls. Like a lot of guys getting at least like fights over girls, which isn't the intent. Like I'm gonna kill this person. And a lot of
Yeah.
times, like when a bear goes up against a bear, I bet their intent isn't like
They never
kill the
kill,
person.
yeah.
Their intent is to best the
Dominate,
person.
yeah.
And if that results in that person dying or that other bear
Yeah.
dying, I guess that happens. But like, yeah, people get in fights over bars all the time over girls that neither of them are dating. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it makes more sense for a fight if, and like this is one of the times where maybe it's not best to bite your tongue, but like it all depends on the severity. But like if you have a girlfriend and some other dude comes up and starts like feeling her up and
Yeah,
shit, then
yeah.
like if he just says something to her, then all right, maybe bite your tongue and be like, all right, let's go over
Let's
here
just
and
let
just
it go.
avoid him.
Yeah.
But if he's like doing something,
Physically.
if he's like feeling up on her and all that shit, like
Yeah.
then it's not better to.
I can't like
Bite your
imagine
tongue.
that situation. Like
I would hate that.
because like if the dude, what if the dude's like physically like will like hurt you? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like you have no chance. Then like,
And then you look like a pussy in front of your girlfriend. Yeah.
but like that's where like I don't want to be with a girl that thinks that's my manhood right there. Like,
Yeah.
Like if I don't stand up, then I'm not a man. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you
Like
wanna be
I
with
get
someone who
if
has
he's
some-
harming you, I will try to get you out of harm's way. But like
Yeah.
me choosing to fight him is not like I like there are girls out there who that's like the biggest turn on.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
if a guy stands up and wants to punch a guy because he acts a certain way, they're like, okay, I want to fuck you. Like
Yeah.
that type of attitude. But like there are plenty of girls that are just like they don't want that scene. And like those are the people I'd rather be with because it's just like there's a scene that comes with that. There's an attitude and like if a girl really thinks that's my manhood, if I don't like want to step up and punch a guy, like then I probably don't want to be with them.
yeah,
Like,
definitely. Yeah, you need to be with someone who has like
okay,
the
we shouldn't
maturity
fight.
level to understand. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That like it's better, like we just said, it's better to swallow your pride at times and
Like let's just,
just
leave.
avoid the situation. Yeah, exactly.
Like we would like yes, this part of our night's ruined, but like let it go. Just
yeah.
walk out.
Yeah.
Like this guy, this is everything to him. Or a girl in a sense, I don't know if that
Yeah.
happens. But like to them and that's like everything in their night, that moment. And you have a choice to just like I don't give a shit and just walk away.
And like bad shit happens in bar fights. Like it might not seem like a big deal, like, oh, we're just gonna exchange some punches or whatever, but what happens if you get engaged in a fight and that guy happens to have 6 of his buddies right behind him? Your buddies are off getting a drink or something, they don't know what's going on. Now it's a 6v1 and
like, brain
you can get fucked
damage.
up. Yeah, even if it's just 1v1 and like you fall back and hit your head on the curb or something,
Yeah.
like that could really fuck you up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's kind of what happened.
It's not
to my
worth
buddy.
the risk.
Yeah,
That-
I mean,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
he just got kind of stuck in a situation where he was by himself, and you know those guys got punished for that, but like he got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He definitely still, like, lost that engagement. You know what I mean?
He's definitely more. I think that like it taught him a lesson, definitely, but like that's an extreme lesson to learn. Like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I said, some people like sadly need that.
Is he okay now, or did he have, like, serious
No, he's
damage?
fine. He's fine.
What were his, like, injuries? Do you know?
It wasn't. Thank God, it wasn't any neurological.
That's
but like
good.
it was a lot of just like stitches over his body.
Yeah, stitches,
Like
broken
his
bones.
eye, his eye kind of got his eye's fine now, but like his like whole side of his head was kind of open.
Damn.
Yeah, he got fucked.
They
up.
beat him up bad.
Yeah, and like one dude like got what's the term? It's obviously not manslaughter, that's murder, but he got like hit pretty hard
Yeah.
legally, like whatever
Damn.
the term
Yeah,
is. Like,
yeah.
Like I think he's in prison. I don't know.
Jeez. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
I would-
that was the situation.
Yeah. I would hate, like, when you see that shit in movies or whatever, people getting beat up, I would hate to be on the receiving end of a brutal beating with, like,
yeah.
8-on-1.
You have no
People are
chance.
just, you're
Kicking
on
you.
the ground. People are kicking you.
Yeah, they break your ribs. all
Oh,
that.
yeah. Fuck up your back. Yeah.
That's why I've always like you don't know, even if like you decide to be a little more outspoken one night, you say it to the wrong person that you may not even have any idea what they do on the side.
Yeah.
Like, this could be an ex-military guy, or this could be whatever. Like,
yeah. Black
ex-
belt. Yeah.
or he was in jail for so many years.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never like, anytime I'm out in public, I'm more reserved because it's just like,
yeah.
there's like a chance, like, yes, there's probably a low chance, but I'll play that low chance. and
Oh,
just-
yeah.
Assume the
on the-
worst can happen.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't, if it's less than a 1% chance, and you think, oh, it's less than a 1% chance, it'll never happen.
It
Definitely
does
interact with like hundreds of people in your life. So
Yeah.
and I bet there's a lot of people.
Thousands.
Yeah, exactly. If you do it every time, you're gonna get.
Yeah. You go out,
You
like,
gotta-
let's say you go out twice a weekend. I mean, at a school like mine, you see the same people over and over
Yeah.
again. But a school, like a big school in a city, there's infinite combinations of people that you see.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
that you can't put a number on. Like,
And some people like who you might not think you're provoking them. Like you might deem, okay, I can say this thing because it's not a provocative thing. Some people just take it that maybe they're in the mood to get in a fight and
Yeah.
they
they get a
take
high
it and
from
run with it, and then you're
Yeah.
fucked. Yeah, yeah. I definitely like if I'm talking to a stranger, I mean, I'm a naturally friendly person.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm never
you
just
go up
gonna
to
be
people
a
and
dick.
talk,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if we're talking, it's definitely like a friendly thing, and there is times where you're talking to someone and you can tell they're a little adversarial, like
Yeah.
they might not be itching to fight or whatever, but you can tell they're not like
they're not
they're not
comfortable.
a total friendly
Yeah.
guy. And then those situations, you're like, all right, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
the majority of the
yeah.
time, you talk to someone, especially at a bar, like if there's live music or something, like I'm in a good mood. Odds are they're a friendly person
drunk
in a
and
good
in a good
mood.
mood,
Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of times you have like great 15-minute conversations with
Yeah,
a
you
stranger,
never
and
talk
then
to
you
them
leave for
again.
another bar. And yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I had a guy who actually, like, I was kind of applying to random jobs at this point. It was like, I guess it was right after I graduated. And he, like, I think he was a friend. He was a friend. So the friend group that I was going out with, one of the girls, he was a friend of one of the girls that I didn't know through anyway. But he was with us because he was a friend with the same group of friends that I was with.
Yeah.
But never talked to him the whole night. Kind of talked, and then out of nowhere, we were both drunk at a certain point. He we found out that we both applied for the same job. He got it though, and
yeah.
but he was like, "Yo, here's my number. When it opens up again, put me as a reference, and I'll get you it."
Oh, that's good.
And like we talked for like 20 minutes, and then like never got his number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was like the most like you have these like sincere conversations with people when you're
Yeah.
like if you're a friendly person and you're drunk, most times you create these like insane like whole friendship worthy connections
Yeah.
with people and then you never see them again.
Yeah, totally.
It's kind of weird. It's crazy in life. Like you have so many people that you probably impacted and you're never going to meet them ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Because I remember that, and he probably does, and like, but like, there's other little conversations that I probably, because I get very like, yes, I'm friendly too, but I also I feel like I start bringing up like deep. I'm pretty quick to get deep in
Oh,
conversations.
yeah, same.
So like I might have heard some trauma from people.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I might have said some advice, and they're like forever impacted in
Yeah,
their life, but
exactly.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I've never met them.
Totally. And I'm sure there's been people that like you have conversations with that you can
Pick.
remember
Yeah.
vividly. Yeah. There's this one kid, his name was Drew actually. And it ended up being a little more than, or it ended up being more than just like random bar talk. But one of my friends, sophomore year, like second semester, sophomore year, he was like, "Oh, my cousin Drew is going to come over." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And I had just met Tanner, the friend, that semester. So like
Yeah,
we didn't know each other
fresh,
before.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, "Okay, cool." And then Drew comes over, and me and Drew both are like, "Oh, like what's up, man? Like good to see you." Like we
Yeah.
both like.
Just
It was
connected.
weird. We recognized each other. Like we had definitely met before, but neither of us could remember where. But we were both like, we've 100%
Yeah.
met before. And he like said something about like something I had done. I'm like, yeah, like he wouldn't have
Wait,
known
really?
that. Yeah, like we 100% met each other, but neither of us could remember where. And I think it had to have been just at a bar. Randomly. We had like one of those random conversations. Because
Yeah.
right away when he walked in, he was like, "Oh, what's up?" And we were like, right away, we both knew.
Yeah.
We've met before, like, but
Yeah.
we neither could remember where.
You
It was
couldn't
weird.
pick the time. And
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Speaking of bars, do you think you're gonna go out for Thanksgiving Eve?
Oh yeah. Are you?
I don't know. I've done it the past 2 years.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, it'll
I
be
know.
fun.
I know. Last year I made a mistake, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
that was the fiasco.
yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm not saying I'm gonna.
Scandalous love affair revealed.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, I didn't even talk about that. So here's the funny thing. So I work at Drexel now
Okay.
in the athletic
And
department.
Cam goes there.
Who's
She's
still an athlete there?
Wow.
Cam.
Do you see her there?
4 times a week.
Wow.
I'm a coach now technically, And I forgot. Like, I thought, okay, we graduated, so she's probably graduated. Like,
Yeah.
we're past it. But at Drexel, they do 5 terms.
Yeah, because they do like mandatory co-ops or whatever, right? Yeah.
So it's most times it's 5 years that you graduate, and so most athletes do a 5th year.
Yeah.
You know, understandably, because they're there.
Do they get eligibility for 5 years because they go to a 5-year? Because don't you normally only have like 4 years of eligibility?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So
Maybe they intentionally.
Well, a lot
freshman
of the
year,
athletes right now that are finishing up had the COVID. So
Oh yeah, true.
also, you know what a red shirt is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm wondering at Drexel if a lot of athletes their freshman year just do the Drexel thing, or red shirt thing,
yeah.
and then so they have the 4 years. But regardless, I like assumed, and then like I go in like the second day that I'm kind of just doing like basic stuff, and like I see that on the schedule, like the lacrosse team's coming in. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm working with like good looking athletes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like D1 athletes, and then like she walks in, I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, okay, I just have to like say hi, like everything's cool,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter.
And she didn't know you were working there at that time.
Dude,
probably.
she was so surprised.
Really?
Like, she's like, Drew, what are you doing here? And I'm like, well, she didn't say it like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we said hi and everything was fine, but and then apparently she texted me afterwards, like saying congrats, you know, like if you ever need anything, you're out in the city, just let me know.
Yeah.
She knows I'm not living there, and I think I do remember like in the springtime or right after it happened, I blocked her number, and because I was like mad at myself, and then also like at the time
Oh, that's so awkward.
I like kind of somehow got back into interaction with Sorel because she had just finished up her one relationship, and then a week after she interacted with me, she started a new one. So whatever, fiasco.
Yeah.
But like in that time frame, I was like, okay, I should block, because like she knew about it. I was like, okay, I should block her number so there's no like interaction
Yeah.
that suddenly pops up.
So then, how did you find out Cam texted you?
She's like, so she's one of those girls in that friend group of like those girls in high school that was like kind of said whatever they wanted.
Yeah, I
type
know
thing.
exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like Cam Hughes, all
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Kind of like dicks in a way.
Yeah.
Like very upfront.
yeah.
And so she comes in the coach's room, like where the other coaches are, like adults, like people who run the programs. She leans in and she goes, "Hey, did you get my text?" And I'm like scrolling through my phone. I forgot I blocked her. And I'm like, "No, I didn't get it. That's weird, huh?" She was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, like I sent you like congrats. You know, if you ever need anything, let me know." It was all friendly.
Yeah.
And like, so nothing weird about us like hooking up. And like, she didn't act that way about that. And then she goes, "Oh, also, did you unfollow me on Instagram?" She said that in front of everyone. Like, and I like, so in the moment I made the
What'd you say?
I'm quick on my feet. I was in the moment I said like, "Oh yeah, I thought since I'm like a coach now, it would look weird if I have like an interaction with an athlete,
Oh,
but not the other athletes. Like if
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like if I followed one but not the others, like it
Yeah.
shows like, you know,
It's
biases.
just kind of weird. Yeah.
It shows weirdness, and she like bought it.
Wow.
But no, listen, I did the right thing. Because I was in front of the coaches.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
want to
no,
say,
definitely.
"Oh yeah,
I
we
think you did
fucked,"
the right
and
thing.
then
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like, "Oh yeah, we fucked. I thought it was awkward, so I blocked you."
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
Like, so I said
And
that.
even if you
thing.
just said I blocked you, then
That's weird.
yeah, it is weird because the other coaches would be like,
What?
even if they
they're not
didn't say
old, they're
anything, they would be
younger.
like,
Yeah.
something happened between those two.
Yeah,
that
so now there's a
she
weird-
blocked it, or he blocked her. Yeah.
Yep. So I kind of just said that, and they know that I kind of knew her from high school. I knew her from high school, that we were friends. So I told them that. I was like, "Oh yeah, I just know one athlete. I was friends." you know.
Yeah, we went to the
Which
same
we
high
were.
school. Yeah.
But then I texted her later that day, and I was like, I literally in a paragraph, like long paragraph, like I unblocked her number, and I explained like, yes, I forgot I had blocked your number, and I explained the reasons why, and like
Yeah.
it was like I didn't unfollow you because of like, you know, I didn't want
Yeah.
to be weird. I unfollowed you because at the time, all this situation, and she like actually appreciated it.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
she was cool about it, but like I was so, dude, when she just walked in and was like, "Why'd you unfollow me on Instagram?" in front of the other coach, I was just like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah, that is a crazy thing.
I was like, "Damn,
to
you
say.
got balls!" Like,
Yeah.
you to come in and just say that,
Yeah. That's good. You texted her and told her the truth. Like,
because I feel like that would come back to bite me. Like,
Yeah,
I lied
yeah, it
about the
definitely would.
situation.
Yeah.
Because I believe in like karma, and I did genuinely feel bad because I said in the text, I was like, "I'm sorry that my like kind of interactions with my past relationship kind of like affected how I treated our friendship."
Yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
said. And she really appreciated that because I was blocking her because of, the
Yeah.
situation. And I was like, to be honest with you, I don't feel the need to block you. I wasn't doing it because I hate you. It was just the situation.
Yeah. And like, it's not like you guys were just friends and she's like, oh, you're blocking a friend because of a relationship.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, it
No.
makes sense that your
We
current
hooked up,
girl
yeah.
wouldn't want you in contact with a girl.
Yeah,
you
not even
previously-
current. It was just kind of like that situation where I'm like, I was kind of mad that we hooked up because it was kind of happening at a time we were both drunk, whatever. Well, I don't want to get the AI to generate this thing again. We know the story. But yeah, so I was just like, she understood why, and like, it was cool. And now we say hi, everything's fine. Like,
Yeah.
she was cool about
By
it.
the way, we got 2 viewers in here now. Who are the 2 viewers? Comment your names. We can't see the names of the viewers, so
Is it
if
delayed
you're out
too?
there,
Do they hear
they'll hear that in like 15 seconds probably.
Hopefully it's just Grady.
Hopefully it's just you.
No, Grady.
Oh. It's not
I don't
me.
want to
I
get like
closed that.
yeah, it's not me.
It's not going to be anyone crazy unless, or I was going to say it's not going to be anyone we don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe the random people. Oh. What did he say?
It
Been
is
the
Grady.
last 10 minutes of my break. Can I zoom in or make this font bigger? I fucking.
Miss you, Ma. No.
What did he say?
No.
Can you read those?
Yeah, I said miss you. He said miss you guys, but I started to say something.
Gotcha. Miss you too, Grady. Been the best 10 minutes of my break. Thanks, Beast. Can you wear headphones at your job? Will you be able to listen in after?
Yeah, can we get a POV at work and we can tell you what to say and like kind of like Impractical Jokers and you have to do what we say?
That would be hilarious. Yeah, dude, did what we said.
That would be fun if we had like connected to somebody like.
Yeah.
But Grady, I mean, like out of all people I know, like no one would do this in real life because those people that do that are crazy. Like the Impractical Jokers, like to be able to go out in public and do like crazy shit like that is like it takes it. There's very few people in this world, but if there's anybody I know that could do it, it's Grady.
Oh yeah, for sure. Grady would definitely.
Like if you told him something funny and it wasn't like crazy out of pocket, he would do it.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we all would to a certain.
I wish. That'd be so funny. Yeah, yeah, he is delayed.
That would be funny.
What was I think? Yeah, because he like all the times he invited Akash, the special needs kid, to our lunch table. Like the kid loved it, but like so many people.
The mic's not working again.
Yours or mine? No, mine's working.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He said we should do that this summer
Dude, I hope it hasn't been like that for a while.
as a squad. Yeah, I am down, bro. That would be fun. In random public spots in Hatboro.
Dude, yeah, that would be fucking so fun.
Yeah, the
Dude,
mic's
yeah,
nice.
like we just maybe Thanksgiving Eve. That
Yeah.
would be crazy.
Yeah, we're talking about bar fights. That's how shit happens.
Yeah. Thanks,
Oh.
Grady. Can you read what it says? It looks pretty fuzzy on the screen. I mean, I'm sure you can guess that it says Pat Pod, but it's
He said, "Oh, gotta go."
see y'all boys soon. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
good to
see you soon, Grady.
Good to talk to you briefly. But that'd be hilarious.
I do
Yeah, it would.
I do actually have to go soon because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
about a 15-minute drive.
Oh damn. 6 o'clock already.
Yeah,
That
I
went
didn't
by quick.
realize.
Oh no,
And
you
they said
don't have
around
to.
7-ish.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
So if we wrap it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get all right. Yeah,
Pat Pod IRL. Yeah.
I guess I would go. I'm gonna go out. I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
right now that I'm not like,
You
but
should.
I will, because I'm sure we'll get like a good group. and, like,
Yeah. Yeah,
if
that's-
Grady's home too, then. Oh, did someone just get home?
I think it's my parents. They're leaving for my grandparents' house.
Oh, they were here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me tell you this crazy story before
Yeah.
we wrap up. So my grandparents on my mom's side, they live in like this 55 and older community, and they have a neighbor who like takes naps on her porch a lot. And so my grandparents went to get pizza. They saw her napping there, and
Wait, where was she napping?
on her porch.
Oh.
Yeah, like outside on a nice day.
Does she live nearby?
It's in like Ben Salem, so not too far. But anyway, they leave to go get pizza, and they come back, and the neighbor is still taking a nap in like the same exact spot
On the porch.
on the porch, and they're like, "Oh, like let's just go
check it out, like make sure she's
Yeah.
okay. That's
It's
longer
odd,
than
yeah.
normal. So they go up and they tap her, like, and she's not waking up,
Oh shit.
and she was fucking dead.
Oh.
They found their neighbor
I'm not
dead on
laughing
their
at that,
porch.
it's just
No,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. This happened like 2 nights ago. Yeah,
This is your whose neighbor?
my grandparents on my mom's side, my mom's parents' neighbor. Yeah.
And she was out with them, or was she?
No,
was out
my
in your-
parents weren't there. It was just my 2
Oh,
grandparents.
they were okay.
Yeah. And they went out to pizza and came home and
Wow.
found her dead on the porch. Yeah. So they called the cops and they came and put a sheet over her, and then they poked holes in the eyes because it was Halloween, so
Yeah.
she looked like a ghost. No, that just
that'd
kidding
be
about
funny
that
though.
part.
It's
That
like
would
Weekend
be
at
funny.
Bernie's.
Yeah, Weekend at. Oh, jeez. Yeah, isn't that crazy though?
That's wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet now they're hesitant to take naps on the porch. We never found out who the other viewer is.
Probably someone. Oh, it still says two. I
Yeah.
mean, it is delayed though, because I remember the one time I accidentally joined
Yeah,
and I had left it, but it said I was in
for a
there.
little bit. Yeah, but you haven't been in it for a while, unless you're.
I
are
never
you
went
still?
in it.
Oh yeah, it's got to be someone. I wonder if it's a random subscriber or a random viewer. If so, comment what's up, because
Tell us
then
your
you'll be
name.
engaged and you'll be like a part of the podcast,
Tell us
part of the
what,
biggest podcast on the planet.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Yeah, what's your favorite pizza topping?
say
Mystery viewer
pineapple.
number 2. I
Then we're
don't
blocking you.
think it's gonna show us.
Oh.
Pod Grady C. But I know this
that
is where
is
it's
you.
weird. It is me, but it'll always have this there. Like if I go into participants, even when it says 0 viewers,
says that.
it says I'm a
Hmm.
participant. So it's weird. Yeah. And sometimes it'll say like, this hasn't happened on Pat Pod because we've never had that many viewers. But the ones at school, we would like send in our fraternity group chat, so a
There'd be
lot
more
more people
people.
would join. And it would say like 8 viewers or something, and we go into participants, and there's only 3 listed or 4 listed. And then other times it'll say like 2 viewers, and we go in, and there's like 5 people listed. So it's very inaccurate and inconsistent.
I just got my first Pat Pod notification.
Really? What does it say? Pat Pod is live?
Insane drone pilot talent.
Oh. What time is it? 6? Yeah, I bet I made the thing post at 6. Yeah.
Did you do this?
No. That was
Oh.
like some random dude.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah. I
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Is that Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. I can't.
Yeah.
It's like in the corner. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Dude, drone flying's insane.
Dude, it is insane.
It's already got 2 likes.
Really?
I was one of them.
Yeah. I bet one of our friends who has the notifications on was the other. But yeah,
Alright,
I'm
cool.
glad. I think that I gotta make a Instagram and TikTok and post all the things.
If
but
you would like consistently post, you might get viewers, and it might like drastically go up.
I think it would definitely help. The
Yeah.
thing I don't
You
know
said
what to
consistently
do is, so I have all the ones that are posted on the YouTube channel. I think there's like 20 or 30, at least 20 or 30 at this point, probably more. And I try to schedule it every other day. So like I think I still have some scheduled out. I know when I looked earlier there was 2 more, so I guess that was one, and there's one more coming out Sunday. But like I want to make sure I do podcast frequently enough where I
Yeah.
can always have it be every other day, just like
Somebody's always
indefinitely.
posted.
But so what I don't know how to handle the Instagram and TikTok is, should I flood all the stuff I already have, put it on there in one shot, and then just do every other day? I feel like it's good though to post regularly because then you stay in the algorithm.
Yeah, and people
So-
keep seeing the same.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll post all the ones I have, but schedule it so it's every day.
Yeah.
And then, because if I did it every other day, I would never catch up to
Yeah.
where I am.
And then
on
once you
YouTube.
start making more, then kind of like every other day or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once I get up to the point of like
Mm-hmm.
current, these are all the episodes I have, then
Yes.
switch it to
Yeah.
every other
I
day.
agree.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is what I'll do. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Although I should work tonight. I need to do like 5 hours of
Little work.
overtime. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But I have until the end of the day next Thursday. Normally, maybe I'll do like 2 hours tonight and then
Maybe an hour
3
tomorrow.
hours on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do.
You can
I
portion
really
it
do
around.
not feel like it.
Well, then if you don't do it tonight, then just kind of portion it over those couple of days.
Yeah, yeah. It's just annoying on the weeknights because it's like a 9-hour day plus pretty much an hour drive both directions. So then it's so annoying coming home
long
and then
day.
working, especially if I have to run that day.
Dude, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard with working. I found it like just with running in these long runs. It's like for example, like most of the time these like week runs were like short,
Yeah, yeah.
like really short, like max 6 miles. Now like I don't know if you looked at next week's schedule.
Got 10 miles on
on Monday.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
yeah.
And then so next week's the peak.
Yeah.
It's 20 on the long run.
That's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also like, damn,
Yeah.
because I'm going to Charleston next weekend.
Oh, so when are you going to do your long run? Are you
So I
going to
get
do
back
it there?
Saturday night because I'm going down Thursday,
Okay.
and my flight gets home 7:30 Saturday night. So I'll just plan to do it Sunday.
Yeah, and
But I'm
you'll
gonna
be
be
drinking.
drinking.
Yeah, you're not going
My
to be eating.
my run's gonna be
much.
ass.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one.
But like as long as I do it, I'll know. Okay, I just did this after eating like shit and drinking.
Yeah.
I can do this sober.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be
Yeah.
hard. I'll probably have to walk more though.
Yeah, that I'm really going to try to go. I really am going to try to go the whole thing without walking at all. I know that's going to be really hard, though.
But you're not even gonna do that in the race though. You want to start mimicking. The
Well,
race.
I think that's what I mean. I'm going to try to do that during the race just because I know the first time I did it or the first marathon I did, once you walk once, it is so much easier to take a second, a third, a fourth. Like,
yeah.
it's
I have
obviously
that
really
fear,
hard to
too.
not take that first one. But if a lot of times it's like humps and waves, like you really want to take a break. Don't
But if
even
you
think
get
like,
through
okay,
it-
go a half mile and then you can take a break because then that feels too far and you're like, take a break. But you just got to be like, all right, just a couple more steps and then you break, a couple more steps.
If you keep thinking that, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's, yeah. then
No,
it's
but I
hard.
agree. Like I try to fight the urge on my first break because I know once I do it, I'm gonna be more inclined to I'll take a break again.
Yeah, yeah. And it really does work that way. Like after I took my first break, then it was easier to take like the second, third, fourth. And by like the fourth or fifth walking break, I was like, all right, I got to go a quarter mile before I can take the next walking
Yeah.
break. And that's not good. But if you, like, you should ideally, like, in theory, it wouldn't be bad at all to walk 1/10 of each mile. But then that 0.9 gets harder and harder and harder each time.
What I am gonna do, I am gonna just stop at each hydration station.
Yeah.
Not stop, but like
Chill out for a sec.
no, not even like just like slow down my pace,
yeah.
grab, take a chug, and go right back into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because like I like my fear is cramping, and I've on even in my half marathon when I trained for that in the race day, I didn't do as much hydration and I cramped at the end.
Yeah.
And it made it hard. But I'm gonna try to run a half marathon before I take an actual walking break.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
That's
run
definitely
half
a
the
good call.
race. Still kind of quickly grabbing something at a fueling station, but running.
Yeah.
And then once I get to that half marathon point, then allow myself, I'm gonna be in the mindset too though, like I don't want to take this walk until I need to.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people. All the advice says don't wait to walk to the point where you need to walk. You want to
Yeah.
walk before you reach that point
Yeah,
of needing
yeah,
to walk.
yeah.
Because if you wait till you need to walk, then it's gonna be really hard to get back.
Yeah. Yeah, it like totally shifts your mindset.
Yeah.
Dude, on my long run last weekend, it was fucking so bad.
Terrible.
I had my gels. Like,
Yeah.
do you pin them to your shorts?
Oh no, I have a band.
Oh, that's a good idea. I pin them to my shorts, and I've always done that, and it was never an issue. And my mom has like this thing of bobby pins, and I used all the bigger ones, so I switched to smaller ones. So I get like 4.5 miles in, I go to take the first one, and I like poke myself on the pin, and right away I was like, uh-oh, the pin is open. And then the gel was gone, and I start feeling around. All my gels except one were gone, and it was just like so...
Damn.
Like the mental, because it wasn't even the fact of not having the gels that made it hard. It was, you know how we talked about before, like you can't count down, like, okay, I've got this much left, because then it fucks with your mindset. Now I have this one gel, and I'm like,
Spared.
okay, do I take it halfway? Well, that's still 5 miles from now. Fuck, that's a long way. And then you get to like mile 8 and you're like, fuck, I'm really tired. I could really use this gel. But then you're like, fuck, what about when I get to mile 15 and I'm going to still be tired? Then do I wait for that? And you're just like doing all this mental math all based around how much longer you have. And that's like
I do a lot of
strong downward spiral. Yeah, no, I've really tried to
justifying when I'm doing stuff like
yeah.
I am gonna like plan though like with my gels and stuff. Okay, like this far in the race I'm taking one, and then from that point on, every hour or every 45 minutes.
I just do like every 4 miles ish.
Yeah, that's usually 40 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't need to be like an exact science.
But like I just want to be consistent because I know if I like, especially so this long run is kind of gonna be like my, even though I'm gonna kind of be not feeling my best probably, it's gonna be like my like this because that last 6 miles isn't a lot.
It's not a lot, but
it's gonna feel like
it's miles 22 to 26 are gonna be way harder than miles 1 to 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and 15 to 22 is gonna suck because then you're like I remember when I hit the 15 mile mark the first time, I was like, that was when I hit my first like really big wall, and I was like, I still have fucking 11 miles to go. Like this fucking sucks. And then every rest station, you're like, wait, what mile exactly is it? Like how much do I have left? And I remember at the last one, I was like, do you guys know how much longer till the finish line? Because at that point, I completely removed. I showed you how I have like. It's set so it doesn't show me how many miles I've gone on the watch. I thought I showed that. Maybe I showed
you did.
Someone
I
else
just forgot you. Yeah.
And then after the race, I set it so that I can see it if I scroll, but it's not on the home screen.
Yeah.
Originally, I just got rid of it completely, and so then I'm like at the last station, I remember asking like, how much more do I have? And they were like, it's like 3 miles or whatever. They said like it's less than a 5K, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm in the clear. Yeah. And I could see my pace and like time elapsed, so I'm doing the math in my head about like, okay, I'm gonna finish at this time stamp, and I get to that time stamp, and like I know like the location of where I am roughly by this point, and I'm like, I'm not near the finish. Like I still had like another. I mean, I was near it, but I still had like another.
Yeah, you weren't where you wanted to be.
Yeah, I wasn't done for sure.
I think my approach, like, I'm really trying to slow down in the moments that I want to speed up, because.
Yeah.
I'm trying to create a reserve tank because I know, like you said, those last miles are going to be so hard that I want to be because I know, like even today, like the first 2 miles or whatever, you still feel kind of sore or you feel that
achiness.
But once, like, that's why I went over 3 miles, even though I said I was going to do that, because I was just like, I don't want to stop. I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like, this feels good.
Yeah.
And like I was in a rhythm. Like I know in those moments when I hit that, I'm gonna want to go, okay, I can run a minute faster than this.
Yeah, but don't.
Yeah, like I'm gonna really just try to stick to a pace in my head, or not a pace, but like, okay, comfortable.
Yeah.
Where like I don't feel I'm pushing because I know those last 6 miles I'm going to push.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm excited though.
I'm excited too. I think that pod afterwards is gonna be really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm taking off work on Monday.
I really fucking want to. Maybe I'll take it like a half day.
But the hard part is, like,
I want to at least
be
able to sleep in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to fucking get up at 5 in the morning.
No.
Yeah.
I want to let my body recover. You know?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is though, that week, what's gonna be hard is like if you take off, like we're gonna be off Thursday and Friday. That's Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So, but I'm taking off. I don't give a shit. Like I'm not gonna want to get up at 5 in the morning, drive an hour into the city.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll look at how much PTO time I have, because maybe I will, like.
You might need to save for that day.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, I definitely have enough, but I'm thinking if it's like they're not really chill about like work from home, whatever days you want. But yeah, maybe I will just, if it's a 9-hour day, maybe I'll put in 4 hours of PTO, and then I can get there by 11, and that's plenty of time to sleep in. Or maybe I'll do 5 hours of PTO, get there by 12, leave at 4. Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I will just take the whole day.
On that note.
Alrighty. Good pod.
Yeah, good pod. That was nice.
We had a viewer pop in for a second, and then it went away, so maybe that was one of the randos who like.
I'm glad Grady popped in and actually like interacted.
Yeah, right.